Hello and welcome back to Nerd Doc. Fast 10 is hitting theaters this week and features a single mid-credit scene. This video covers that mid-credit scene as well as what we expect out of the sequel Fast 11 or whatever the next movie is going to be called. That means there will be spoilers for Fast 10 in this video. This is your spoiler warning. While we'll briefly touch on some of the main plot points from Fast 10, if you're interested in the entire plot, who dies, and other important information, be sure to check out our Fast 10 Ending Explained video linked in the description below. If you have any questions about the mid-credit scene, our Fast 11 theories, or have some theories of your own, leave a comment below. As a quick reminder, the movie is still in theaters, so we can only show footage from the trailers. Please bear with us there, and remember there are chapter timestamps so you can jump around the video as you wish. The mid-credit scene in Fast 10 shows an elite tactical team moving into position to take on what seems to be a vacant theater. All of their faces are covered, so you can't tell who the team is with. This seems to be a bogus threat, as the team lead discovers a communication setup surrounded by projected images of various Fast and Furious characters and scenes. There's a call from Dante, the main antagonist of Fast 10, and it's revealed that the team lead is actually Luke Hobbs. There's a brief conversation about Dante trying to find Hobbs and that the devil is coming for him, with Hobbs clapping back with his best The Rock impression, saying he's not hard to find, you son of a bitch. The scene then cuts to black and the credits continue to roll. This scene basically confirms that Hobbs is back and will take part in Fast 11. So let's start diving into our theories for Fast 11 and how Hobbs fits into the movie. It's very likely that this scene took place earlier in the film, which could mean a few things. At the end of Fast 10, we see that Dom and his son are in trouble and likely in need of rescuing. It's very possible that Hobbs realized the danger that Dante posed and headed to the safe house near Portugal where the end of Fast 10 took place, arriving just in time to save Dom and little Brian at the beginning of what will eventually be Fast 11. For all we know, Hobbs may have even had a hand in getting Giselle the submarine to rescue Letty and Cypher. It's hard to say without knowing the exact timeline of when Hobbs was called by Dante, but it's certainly possible. Even without that information, it's clear that Hobbs is back. However, we also know that Dom put out a call to Mr. Nobody. It was repeated multiple times in Fast 10 that no one knows where Mr. Nobody is. In addition, the agency that he helped build is now headless due to the betrayal of Ames. It seems likely that Mr. Nobody's daughter, Tess, will eventually take over the agency, but in the meantime, expect Mr. Nobody to show up and take charge to give Dom, Hobbs, and the rest of the crew the support they need to take out Dante. Speaking of the rest of the crew, they all survived the plane crash at the end of Fast 10. While unlikely, it's even possible Jacob survived his suicidal sacrifice when he crashed his car trying to help Dom late in the movie. Yes, he was crushed under the weight of the car as it slammed into the mercenaries that were after Dom, then promptly exploded, but we've seen worse deaths in the Fast franchise and people still keep coming back. To be clear, we don't think Jacob will be back, but we certainly can't rule it out. While Dante and Ames are the main villains right now, it's very possible someone else is pulling the strings. It's hard to say who that person could be, but we can certainly make a few guesses. It would be a huge twist if Mr. Nobody is actually the one behind Dante's revenge scheme. That would probably be the best case scenario for the story because it would be such a huge surprise, but it's still a bit unlikely. Owen Shaw is still around somewhere, and although he could still have a bone to pick with someone, after the events of the Fate of the Furious, it's unlikely he would suddenly turn heel again. At this point, really anyone could turn up, but if someone else is actually pulling Dante's strings, it's almost certainly someone from the past who Fast and Furious fans will already know. Given how many characters have already come back from the dead, it wouldn't even be surprising to see someone like Johnny Tran from the very first film suddenly return from the dead here. But whoever it is, they will almost certainly bring everything full circle. Now as far as deaths go, Ames is going to die, Dante will probably die as well, but it's also likely that someone from Dom's crew is going to die in Fast 11. It won't be someone who has already died, so that rules out Han and a bunch of other people. Our money is on Roman or Tej dying to save Dom, little Brian, or the team as a whole. One of those two dying would probably have the most impact on the fans, and they haven't died in the series yet, so they're basically due. Then of course they'll come back in the inevitable Fast 12. For the record, Vin Diesel has teased a Fast 12, which would split the finale into 3 films instead of 2. That isn't confirmed by Universal yet, but if Fast 10 does well at the box office, you can bet we're getting a Fast 11 and then a Fast 12. You may want to prepare yourself for another cliffhanger ending. So what do you think about The Rock coming back to the Fast and Furious franchise? Do you think he'll rescue Dom and Brian, or will it be somebody else? And is Dante really the main villain, or is someone else pulling his strings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, as well as who you think is going to die from Dom's crew. For now, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who's all about family.